afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Lisa Briggs Wednesday.
That's right. We'll be taking your calls a little later in the show. For Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company, we'll let you know when it's time to call in.
But first, it's an alert day in our forecast. Snow is coming, but just how much? Greg Barnhart is keeping an eye on things.
Exactly 1 week after 2 stranger sexual assaults in Madison's Greenbush neighborhood, it has happened again, and police believe it's the same suspect.
And a helicopter crash near Kyiv kills a top Ukrainian leader and more than a dozen others. We have the response from President Zelensky and his message to world leaders. We have team coverage for you coming up on the storm. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart is in the backyard timing the snow out. But first, we head to Armand Rahman. Thank you. Go ahead. Who's over at the east side on Madison, where the salt trucks are getting ready. Armand?
Yeah, guys, we are outside of the streets division here on the east side. There have already been a couple of plow trucks heading out full of salt out of that lot right there. And the Madison Street Division says that they will start hitting those routes as soon as that snow event begins. And since the storm could start as rain, they say they can't really pre-treat it because anything they lay down would wash away. And they also advise that when it does start, it'll be very warm. So the commute tomorrow will be a perfect storm of slippery, snowy, and slushy. So please be prepared for that. So stay with us throughout the evening for more on your morning commute tonight and tomorrow. For now, live in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Let's take a look outside. Kind of a damp day.
All is quiet, yeah.
We're tracking the winter storm. Greg's in the backyard. When are things going to start ramping up?
Yeah, it's going to be this evening, and this storm system is more like a December one than it really is January one, because we're dealing with a lot of rain and mixed precipitation. So we're thinking this evening through tonight, freezing rain, mixed bag this evening through midnight, and then more snow later on. The heaviest will still be north of Dane County, more towards go up to the Dells. That's where we're going to see the heaviest. But still, it's going to be a wet snow like we've already mentioned, and the temperatures will be fairly warm, so slushy, wet conditions. There's a system right now wrapping up really nicely in the Central Plains that has actually severe weather going on towards Arkansas, Louisiana, so it's quite an impressive system. It's going to begin to lift here northward. We're starting to see cloud cover, and there's your rain or snow starting to approach into Iowa, so we're going to track that further out as we zoom out. Overall temperatures, wind speeds right now northeast, that's keeping the temperatures in the cool. That's what a good indication that you have a surface pressure or low pressure coming up from the north with that northeast wind coming right now. Overall temperatures still fairly mild for January. We're looking at mid-30s to upper 30s, so once again, still good conditions. You see temperatures to the south, Janesville almost to 40, and that's why we're going to think we're going to see at least a rain, snow, or even freezing rain, sleet type mixture when this all begins. There's a good radar image. We're just seeing it start to creep up closer to northern Illinois, so another couple hours, I think we'll start to see something eventually towards the Illinois border. Travel impacts, I think really the US 151 is where things could be interesting. Basically, north is more snow, south is less snow, more mix, and that includes freezing rain. I'll time all that out, when to expect it, and when we'll see it actually end up a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Local municipalities are declaring snow emergencies today ahead of the storm tonight. The cities of Evansville, Adams, Lodi, and Portage have declared a snow emergency, as has the village of Marshall.
We also have a confirmed virtual learning day for some students in our area. Students in the Portage School District will have a virtual learning day tomorrow, and the Waniwak Union Center schools will be closed tomorrow. For a full list of closings, visit our website at channel3000.com.
And during severe weather situations, stay up to date on our First Warn Forecast Weather app. It's free. You can select which of 29 different types of alerts that can trigger an alert on your smartphone. It can be critically important when something pops up or if something happens overnight when you might be sleeping.
It also has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free right now. Go to your phone's app store and search WISC Weather. In other news today, it is the second day of the trial of a former Badger football player charged with the 2020 murders of 2 Janesville women. Marcus Randall faces 2 felony charges of first-degree intentional homicide, as well as felony weapons-related charges in the shooting deaths of 27-year-old Brittany McAdory and 30-year-old Sierra Winchester. In trial today, video from a body cam showed the officers who first arrived to Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester. One of the officers described the moment he spoke with one of the victims at the scene.
She's still breathing, so I kept trying to tell her to keep breathing. I did ask her at one point what happened, just trying to get any information whatsoever. And then while I was standing there, EMS personnel arrived and tended to her, and I assisted them.
We also saw photo evidence of the car where Marcus Randall allegedly fled the scene. Police say the car had evidence which included bloodstains and bullet remnants.
Well, exactly 1 week after 2 stranger sexual assaults in Madison's Greenbush neighborhood, it's happened again, and police believe it's the same suspects.
Braden Ross has more from Madison police on how they're responding. Braden?
Yeah, the latest assault happened last night around 6:30 on South Park Street near St. Mary's Hospital. And police say the woman was also attacked from behind and gave a similar description as the other victims, a Hispanic male in his early 20s wearing dark clothing. Police are asking that people stay on the lookout for anything suspicious.
Say you see somebody peeking into your neighbor's window, we want to call on that. If there's somebody in your alleyway where there shouldn't be and you don't recognize them, watch them. Is it worth a call to us? We'd rather have a call and it be nothing than not get a call.
And they also say anyone walking in the area should stay alert and try not to walk alone if possible. Police are asking anyone with any information or video from that area, bring that to police. And safety tips for those worried who might live in that area: stay cautious, stay alert, and stay alert to your surroundings.
Great, thank you very much. Good advice. Wisconsin is on the cusp of possibly amending the state's constitution.
But what does it mean to change the state's founding document? Political reporter Will Keneally explains.
It's much more of an involved process. It's not simply just like writing a bill. And it doesn't happen overnight. It starts in the legislature as a resolution. And if it passes, it actually has to wait and pass the legislature again in another 2-year cycle before it heads to the people for a vote. It's a bit different than how others do it, as UW-Madison professor Heinz Klug explains.
As you know, Wisconsin does something more complicated, although not as difficult as the U.S. Constitution. But the important point is it's by 2 different sessions, so it's beyond an election. And that allows, supposedly, the people to engage.
Once it goes to the people for a referendum, they can either accept it or reject it as part of the Constitution. And that's the only way that people get to directly vote on legislation. We don't have a referendum process for bills like they do in California. So what's likely to appear on your ballot this April? We'll have that breakdown coming up tonight at 5. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
A Massachusetts man is being held without bail, charged with his wife's murder. Anna Walsh disappeared on the first day of the year. Brian Walsh appeared in a Quincy, Massachusetts courtroom this morning, though Anna Walsh's body has not been found. Prosecutors are relying on surveillance video, physical evidence, and digital forensics to build a murder case. In court, the prosecution ran through a laundry list of Walsh's internet searches after his wife disappeared.
How long before a body starts to smell? 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to. How to clean blood from wooden floor.
Prosecutors say 10 bags of evidence have been recovered, containing a hatchet, a hacksaw, towels, even a full-body protective suit. They say they also have surveillance showing Walsh's car and a man fitting his appearance near a dumpster. Prosecutors described some of the recovered items had blood on them, and testing confirmed DNA from both the defendant and his wife. Not guilty pleas were entered on Walsh's behalf. 47-year-old Walsh is being held without bail and is due back in court February 9th. A helicopter crash in a town outside of Kyiv has claimed the life of the highest-ranking Ukrainian official to die since the start of the war.
The chopper came down near a kindergarten, killing some on the ground as well. Nicole D'Antonio has more details from Washington.
10 hours ago, a tragedy happened near Kyiv.
In a video address to leaders at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked for a moment of silence to honor those killed in a helicopter crash.
14 of Ukrainian families lost their loved ones today, and many more families are losing daily because of the war.
Ukraine's Interior Minister Denis Monastyrsky, who's in charge of the country's police and National Guard, was among those killed. It was reportedly dark and foggy at the time of the crash, and there hasn't been any recent fighting in the area. But what brought the helicopter down is still under investigation.
February 24th will mark 1 year since Russia's invasion, and Ukrainian officials are concerned Russia could be preparing another draft to launch a new offensive around the anniversary.
Zelensky asked world leaders to step up the supply of military equipment for his country.
The supplies of Western tanks must outpace another invasion of Russian tanks.
The Pentagon confirmed Ukrainian troops are here in the U.S. learning the Patriot missile system.
That training will last for several months and train upwards of 90 to 100 Ukrainians on use of the Patriot missile system.
The U.S. is also restocking Ukraine with artillery rounds, diverting them from a supply that was stored in Israel. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
The UK and Poland also recently announced they will be sending more tanks to Ukraine for its defense. Well, it's one of the most trending cooking techniques right now, using a sous vide cooker.
When we come back, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council has some sous vide beef recipes you might want to try. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4. If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Spark inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo. Chat with local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Browse kitchen, bath, and new home construction trends. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for more information.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Welcome Welcome back, everyone. Executives at Party City aren't having much fun right now.
No, the nation's largest party goods and Halloween specialty retail chain filed for bankruptcy protection. The company said it reached an agreement with debt holders to cut its $1.7 billion debt. It comes after years of losses and weak sales as online retailers and big box chains have been cutting into Party City's market share. Party City says it will be able to keep its stores up and running. Well, U.S. retail sales posted their biggest drop in a year.
Today's report by the Commerce Department shows retail sales fell 1.1% in December. Weaker than expected results, including at popular holiday shopping destinations like electronics outlets and department stores, showed concerns about how inflation is affecting consumers. Grocery stores saw a slight uptick in December sales. Spending at restaurants, bars, and health stores recorded a decline.
And stocks plummet on Wall Street on that retail sales report. The Dow Industrials dropped 613 points, closing at 33,296. The NASDAQ was off 138 points. The S&P 500 fell 62. Well, if you like to experiment in the kitchen, you might have fun trying out a sous vide cooker.
Yeah, maybe you even got one for Christmas, but do you know how to use it?
Angie Harkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is here to share some sous vide recipes.
Hi, Angie.
Sous vide recipes. We sound so sophisticated.
So what is this contraption?
This is the sous vide wand. It's very easy to use because I took it out of the box, I turned it on, got her to work.
What's the idea?
So the idea is it heats the water bath to the specific temperature that you set the wand to, and it will not go hotter.
Okay.
So if you like a really nice pink, medium rare, thick ribeye steak, and you can't keep it medium rare when you cook, do it in a sous vide water bath.
It's going to taste the same?
It will. It
why-
will, because but
why
then you
use
do need to
sous vide?
finish it.
Yeah.
So it keeps your meat really juicy. So you, like these, I vacuum packed some of my steaks here. So this is a marinated flank steak to make fajitas.
But you don't need a vacuum
But you
pack.
don't need the vacuum packer. And this isn't very tight either because I got a marinade in there. But like the vacuum packer will get your veggies tighter because they don't have a marinade in there. But you could just put your meat or anything in a Ziploc bag or little baggie, and then you know, close it almost all the way, drop it in the hot water bath, and the water will push the air out, and then you can get it almost to, and then zip it up.
And then you're
and
good.
you'll get, yeah, so you can
But make sure it doesn't go in the water.
you don't let the water get in your bag.
Yeah.
But so all of these are cryovac for my recipe, or vacuum packed for my recipes today. But so I set the sous vide wand at 141 degrees. That's what it says for beef, because 145 is medium rare. So you're not taking it all the way to medium rare, because then you want to pull like if you do a big ribeye or these. This is a top round steak. I just chunked up and I have it with some teriyaki sauce. So it's going to cook 90 minutes in the water bath. Pull it out, and then I put it in a real hot skillet and just finished it.
Okay.
And then
But there's a
I
time
use,
limit for
then
each
use
thing.
the office clips.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's
Right.
a good idea.
Yeah. So all of our recipes have a certain time, temperature. So like for the fajitas, for the flank steak, and the peppers and onions, you do 90 minutes, 141 degrees, same as the top round, and then they're done. And then quick, you know, I put them in the fridge, and then before I came, I just quick pan fried them, or you know, stir fry
Sauteed
them.
'em, yeah.
Yeah, sauteed them. So I made it all ahead. And it was at the 141 degrees, put in the fridge, pulled it out, quick did it. And like the veggies, if you want to take one, they're like crisp, tender, and they're still really good. And then the flank steak is really tender. It's
crunchy.
Yeah, but the flank is really good, and then the marinade kind of gets pulled into the meat too with this, with the vacuum.
So you
packing.
can do other veggies too?
So yeah, the green beans are in a little sriracha, a little garlic powder, onion powder, and they're served with the top round. But green beans you do at 185 degrees. So I did everything, and then I put these in like a half an hour or 45 minutes. But yeah, it's kind of fun. So it's typically known, you know, you'll see it, and then they have the big ribeye and drops in the bag with a little rosemary and butter. But we have some fun recipes too. But it is really good just for steaks. So maybe if you feel like, hey, I want to take my steak game up a level, or you don't feel confident, just cooking it to a nice medium rare, you could try.
Just a little different. And what does it cost?
They're about $100.
Okay.
This one was, but you can spend a lot more than I did. Kind of frugal.
Just
so
something
this
a little
is,
different.
This is the Angie beginner model, I think.
That's where you should start.
But yeah, and then you set the temperature, and then you can set the time on here. and then it'll kind of beep after your 90 minutes is up. But it's kind of fun to do.
It's fun to try.
Some of our recipes stay to sous vide a lot longer, because I know we have a short rib recipe that's hours.
Oh, wow.
So more of a process, kind of like the slow cooker smoking. Right. But, you know, try it out. Check out beeftips.com, some different kind of fun recipes. Try something new.
Something different?
Yeah, something different.
Borrow a friend's and try it out.
Exactly. Borrow it before you buy it.
All right, Ange. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, are you looking for a new career? How about a flight attendant?
There is a huge demand right now. We'll find out what kind of training goes into being a flight attendant coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
Just didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
Psoriasis really messes with you.
Try, hope, fail. No one should suffer like that.
I started Cosentix. 5 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections, some serious, and the lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
Best move I ever made.
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentix.
Take a look at this. You don't see this very often. A slow-speed chase of a stolen tractor. The town of Boone, North Carolina, police say the driver was very familiar to them, a guy named Ronnie Hicks. The tractor hit several vehicles, including a police car, a dumpster, and a church. Mr. Hicks eventually ran out of the tractor wielding a knife after being tased, taken into custody. Nothing runs like a deer.
Slow-speed chase.
North Carolina. All right, Dolly Parton is a beloved member of the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And now she's cooking up something new. Parton has partnered with Duncan Hines to release some fun new baking mixes. They include 2 new brownie flavors, plus a buttermilk biscuit and a sweet cornbread mix. And they add to her line of cake mixes and frostings that were debuted by Duncan Hines last year.
The new baking mixes will cost less than $4. And here to tell us about his baking adventures with Dolly, one of his favorites, our resident Dollywood correspondent, Brady Mallory. Yeah. You've done this.
I have. It's like Beetlejuice. You say Dolly's name 3 times, I appear. On Christmas Eve, I made the coconut cake. My mom loves coconut cream pie. So
this is it?
So this is not my best work. I had limited resources. My sisters and I had a little bit of wine. So I had the Queen Anne's cherries as a garnish on top. It kind of looks like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, but it was really good, that cake.
It looks really good. So you can find these baking mixes right at grocery stores?
Yeah, just any store. The coconut, and then there's a banana pudding one out. I'm looking forward to the biscuit, though, that she'll have out. You can, I saw someone make it. You can add cheese and chives. It looks really good.
If you play Dolly on the iPad?
It's the only way. And then when you eat it, the sun will shine down on you. You'll hear Light of a Clear Blue Morning sung by an angel choir. Yep, that's the whole Dolly experience.
You're a big baker, aren't you? You like to experiment with baking.
Yeah, baking. I'm a better cook than baker, but it's kind of fun to do something different.
You can't beat Dolly.
Yeah, I would have brought you some, but the cake is long gone by now.
I bet.
They don't last long.
No.
All right, Brady.
It's fun.
Thanks.
Thank you, Brady.
Here's Greg now with a look at the forecast. Some snow heading our way.
Yeah, we're going to be preparing for all types of precipitation types if you're out and about tonight. You could have rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow, depending on what direction you go, elevation. All that's going to make a difference tonight. I think it'll all be snow later on, but that's something that we're going to have to keep in mind of as you do it with that sleet and freezing rain. Definitely keep an eye, slow down, be prepared for some conditions there, maybe even a light glaze of ice. I think everyone will change to snow later on, but we're definitely going to have to deal with something that's a little bit more unusual for January than we usually do with December. But I'll fill all your gaps in about when to see the precipitation after the break.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You might have
heard about having this wet snow, and what does that mean? We call it a snow-liquid ratio. It's how much snow is actually in 1 inch of water. And usually in January, we're not dealing with too much of a wet snow. It's more or less on the end here where we get to a drier snow just because of the colder temperatures we typically see in January. But this system's a little bit different than we are. We've definitely got a warm, moist one. So we're going to sit at a pretty like a 10-to-1 ratio, 12-to-1. That means 10 inches of snow per 1 inch of water. So it is going to be on the heavy wet side, which is a little bit unusual. A lot of water content, which is good. We need to soak in the grounds. Overall, for the weather bulletins out there, really weather advisories out for most of the area. It turns to a winter storm. Generally, the snow is less down here, but we also could see the freezing rain, sleet mixture through this evening. Up to the north, they'll continue with the snow. North of the Dells is where we're thinking we'll see the most. Once again, still a heavy wet snow for even them up there, so it's quite a bit of liquid water content in this. There's your system right now, really wrapping up nicely in the southern plains. We got severe weather going on towards Arkansas and Louisiana. It's beginning to pull north. It's going to track really straight north and then eventually fall apart, but right now it looks pretty healthy on satellite as you look at that. Timing out this system, you'll see the precipitation's already approaching here this evening. It'll take some time, but eventually we'll see a snow mixed wintry mix come through this evening, and then eventually it'll turn to snow. As you see, the low pretty much lifts up to Iowa by this time. As we get towards tomorrow morning, it'll lift further to the east. We'll be on the north side by that. We'll start to see more wraparound snow, but by this time tomorrow, we're not going to see a real high snow rate. It's not going to be coming down at a real good clip to accumulate much, and this will taper off probably by tomorrow evening, and we'll see cloud cover and then mainly just cloudy conditions through Friday as we get a pass. If we zoom in here, notice the temperatures. They're going to be above freezing until quite a bit of time. So you'll see the rain mixed with snow. Like I said, it's going to be a really iffy if it's going to be rain, snow, sleet, or even freezing rain through this morning, probably until about midnight. Then we'll start seeing changeover. I think the 151 corridor is really what the line is going to be. Once we get to 9 p.m., 10 p.m., you can see that. North of that area will probably be more snow, heavier snow, maybe a brief period of heavy snow as it comes through. South of that area, it's more a mixture. And if you get closer to Janesville, probably more rain until we get past midnight. And then by 1:32, you can start seeing the Madison area get more snow, probably a brief period of heavy snow, maybe like 1 to 2 hours, and then it should lighten up. But notice the temperature still, we're still above freezing for most of the location, which is good for roads, and any salt usage will keep that going. And then tomorrow, just wrap around northerly winds. We'll start seeing light off and on snow throughout the daytime. The rate not that high, so I don't think accumulation on the roads. And notice the temperatures too. We still stay above freezing all day. So I think the roads by the afternoon for most areas, besides the heavier snow, will probably be wet and not big of an issue then too. So how much snow? Really, that hasn't changed much what we're looking at. Mainly 1 to 3 to the south, 3 to 6, and then 6 to 9. And I think areas to the around Janesville to Beloit may not even pick up an inch or more. Like I said, some of this could be a combination of some sleet and that. So it's something to keep in mind of. But so far, it looks like I said, the biggest impacts will be north of the Dells, really that area. So once we get past that, we don't have much of a chance for snow off and on, a few flurries, but the pattern does seem to be edging towards colder towards the end of next week. It could have even been colder than the 20s too, so I think we're going to go below average by that time. But no really significant winter storms beyond this. It's just our temperatures are going to go back to where they should be.
They should be.
In the end, they'll be actually a little colder than they should be, because I think this week is, next week when we bottom out, we're 27. That's the lowest average temperature.
And then they start going up from there.
Slowly, yep.
So we got through the coldest part.
So far, it means you got February.
Yeah.
I say work it through. Valentine's Day, once you're past that, then you're pretty good.
Yeah, with this storm, the mix is the worst.
It's more like a December storm right now, and that's the problem we have. We usually don't see this in January. It's too cold.
All right. Keep an eye on things. Yep. Thanks, Greg. The job market may be slowing down, but flight attendants are in high demand.
Those who are hired need to be prepared for real-life situations. Janet Shamlian got a behind-the-scenes look at the United Airlines Training Center.
Release your seatbelts and get out. Release seatbelts! Get out! Leave everything! It's preparation they'll likely never have to use. Come this way, jump and slide. But this is part of the rigorous schooling all future United flight attendants go through at the airline's newly opened 56,000 square foot training center in Houston. Please arm doors for departure. It's 6 weeks of instruction, drills, and testing as the airline aims to hire 4,000 flight attendants this year. The training reinforced as often as once a year.
This is our door training room.
Michelle Siegel-Johnson is United's Vice President of In-Flight Services.
You have a lot of positions to fill.
Yes.
How tough is that? It's evident by how many people still want to be a flight attendant.
The pandemic saw thousands of flight attendants who either quit, were furloughed, or took a buyout. Then as travel rebounded, airlines were short-staffed, and all are now hiring. Trainees like Kylie Streck.
What was your last line of work? I was a firefighter. Do you think this will be less stressful? Not at all.
A model of a plane's fuselage in the new Aquatic Center has trainees practicing for water landing. And there's the everyday duties of food and beverage service.
It's not just service and safety. A big part of training focuses on de-escalation techniques.
Excuse me. Teams run through potential scenarios.
But why are we on a delay? I don't understand.
I apologize. I sincerely apologize.
The median pay for flight attendants nationwide is just under $62,000 a year. New hires earn less. But attracted to the perks of travel, trainees like Kylie Streck taking the plunge.
How does that compare to firefighting? Man, it was a rush. It was a nice little rush.
Elevating training for the changing challenges of ensuring safety in the skies. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
Boy, that looks pretty intense,
Gives
doesn't
you
it?
respect, doesn't it?
It does. Really, that's really neat. I've never seen it from
No, I
that
haven't either.
perspective.
Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, many people are taking CPR classes after seeing the sudden cardiac arrest of Damar Hamlin. We'll take you inside some of those classes.
And then coming up next hour at 5, more details from day 2 of the Marcus Randall trial. Our reporter, Catherine Merck, will be live from Janesville with the details coming up at 5.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide 3-course dinners starting at $30. Some restaurants will offer a lunch menu for $20. Featuring Wine and More by E&J Gallo Winery. Check out our guide to Restaurant Week online to see which restaurants are offering takeout as well as dine-in. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week 2023. Brought to you by the presenting sponsor, Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Bergstrom Madison Chevrolet and Cadillac.
Cold winds, ice, snowy, slippery conditions. Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. So when severe winter weather is coming, you'll have plenty of time to plan your life, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team, First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up at Mount Baldy. It's part of the San Gabriel Mountain Range, northeast of Los Angeles. Our producer has hiked this.
Yes, in 2006 with his Boy Scout troop. He went all the way to the top, man? Wow.
Troop 333.
Went all the way to the top. That's pretty impressive.
Well, the entire country watched medical staff save a life on the football field earlier this month. Buffalo Bills personnel performed CPR and used a defibrillator to resuscitate player Damar Hamlin after sudden cardiac arrest.
Now people around the country are signing up for training to learn how they can respond in an emergency. Dan Lieberman reports.
Well, let's just say there's no signs of life. What do we do? CPR, right.
It could be a family member, friend, or stranger.
At least 100 to 120 beats per minute.
At this fire department in North Merrick, New York, dozens are here for CPR and defibrillator training, learning what they can do if someone's in cardiac arrest.
Probably a minute top.
Kathleen Blakely says after watching what happened to Damar Hamlin, it's on everyone's mind.
It just brought awareness to people about what they can do in a situation like that.
Knowing what to do, and more importantly, your willingness to kind of do it.
Paramedic and EMS coordinator Kevin O'Hara says every minute defibrillation is delayed means a 10% less chance of survival.
If you talk about a 5-minute response time for EMS, that's 50% less chance. So the people are really the ones who save lives. Initiate CPR. If an AED is available, put that AED on the person.
Jill Levine organizes these trainings through the Robbie Levine Foundation. She lost her 9-year-old son to cardiac arrest on the Little League field in 2005.
Robbie had to wait for the ambulance to come. It's too late. It's too late. That's why they need to be everywhere. If there was an AED on the field, he would be alive.
The Levines' mission? To donate AEDs to any league, organization, or facility that needs one. And get as many people trained as they can, which is more than 10,000 to date.
The better chance there is that somebody can use the AED and save somebody else's life.
That's why father and basketball coach Andrew Wenzel is here.
Something that anyone can do. Like, I have no medical training, and I think in 2 hours now I'm much more comfortable being able to do this.
This group now has the knowledge and confidence to respond in a crisis. Dan Lieberman, CBS News.
And the American Heart Association says more than 350,000 cardiac arrests happen outside of the hospital every year. Remember we used to do the training?
Yes, that's right. The Staying Alive.
Staying Alive.
Yep.
Well, do you have any plant or garden questions? Now's the time to get them answered.
Lisa Briggs is standing by live at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa. She's ready to take your calls.
The number to call is 608-270-9933. Call now.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Bob's presents 2023 Furniture Resolutions. Resolution number 7, dream big. Ask what your mattress can do for you. Can it give you Bob's comfort and quality for hundreds less than the national brands? We're talking $5.99, people. Does it boast charcoal gel memory foam perfection, a hybrid inner spring plus foam option, and a 15-year warranty? Is it shipped to you in a convenient box or set up in your home with free mattress removal? Dream big with my Bobapedic Prize mattress. Bob's Discount Furniture. Furniture solutions to your resolutions.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Ready to feel what it's like when you can do more with less asthma? It's possible with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Are you in? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
At
comfort and style to any room of your home with new carpet from Marquee Industries. Choose from our wide selection of soft and luxurious carpet, available in styles and colors to match your decor. Save big money on Marquee Industries carpet. Enhance the beauty of your home with Mohawk laminate flooring. It's easy to install and features unique character and charm. Mohawk flooring is durable and water resistant, making it perfect for active lifestyles. Save big money on Mohawk flooring at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, overall, traffic's moving pretty well. We had an incident near the 3990 I-90 South near the Beltline, but it doesn't seem to be holding up too much traffic. Otherwise, looks good here. No issues as you go towards Mount Horrible 151, too. Up to the north, the Dells, everything looks good towards the interstate going up that way. And the same story right now for Janesville, too. Overall, if we look at the radar right now, we do have the snow rain starting to push up further north. A lot of this is not quite reaching the ground. You got to get towards more central Illinois to see the rain actually falling, but it is tracking further up there. As we zoom in, you can kind of see a time frame of this kind of slowly inching its way up towards after 7 p.m. We're going to start seeing some of the southern areas get that. Madison's still at least another 2 to 3 hours away to see the precipitation start moving up. Once again, the big things to remember, too, the mix this evening, freezing rain, mix, you could just sleet and issues like that. 151 seems to be the kind of the corridor where we're going to have the heavier snow to the north, at least a brief time. More mix as you go further south, so that's where we're kind of see the more of the heavier snow. And then south towards Madison and south forward, we'll probably see less snow with maybe just an inch in Janesville, a couple inches here. You guys.
All right, Greg, thank you. The world's oldest known person has passed away at a nursing home in southern France. This was Lucille Randon, also known as Sister Andre, last year. She died yesterday at the age of 118. She was born on February 11th, 1904. Sister Andre dedicated most of her life to religious service. During World War II, she looked after children and also spent 28 years caring for orphans and elderly in hospitals.
What a life.
Yeah. St. Andre. Well, we're taking your plant calls now with Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company.
The number to call, 608-270-9933. We have 2 lines open if you have a question for Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hello. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right, let's go to the calls. We'll start with Mary in Middleton. Hi, Mary. What's your question?
Hi. My question is, how common is it to get 3 stems on your amaryllis with a total of 9 florets?
Wow.
Wow.
That is a lot. Generally we can count on 2. Every once in a while, when your bulbs are big enough and mature enough to send out 3 spikes, they will. So lucky you. It sounds like you know what you're doing, but just for everybody else, when it's done flowering, you cut it back to here at the bottom of this flower spike, and then let the green leaves develop over the spring and summer. And then you can do a dormancy thing. You can get information from us, usually around the end of August.
You can almost watch those flower stems grow. They come up so fast.
Yeah.
They do come up really fast.
All right. Let's go to Ann in Potosi. Hi, Ann. What's your question?
Hi. I want to call about pruning a bridal wreath. And if I prune it once the weather gets warmer, do I put a sealer on the cuts? I'd like to prune now.
Well, bridal wreath is a spirea that blooms on old wood. So the flower buds are set, so any pruning that you're doing now is going to remove flowers. If you can wait until after it's done flowering, so that's probably late April, early May, that would be better for you and for the plant. But if you do decide to go ahead and prune it now, you don't have to put anything on those pruning cuts at this time of year. They'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. What about when it gets warmer, then, if I wait until after it flowers?
You don't have to, for the most part, unless there's some extenuating circumstance, you do not need to treat pruning cuts with any kind of sealer or anything like that.
Okay, good.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's go to Steve in Fitchburg. Hi, Steve. What's your question?
I've got garlic cloves in the ground that I planted last fall. Now with this warm weather and all the rain or whatever, I'm concerned that maybe these cloves are going to rot out and freeze on me. Is there anything I can do?
If your ground has good drainage, then it will not. It'll drain through and do what it's supposed to do. The warmer weather might allow a little bit of development of, you might see some green coming up if the weather stays warm. That isn't anything to be worried about, but if you want to put down like a light mulch, either branches from your Christmas tree or some chopped up hay or something, that will insulate the ground and keep it cold, and that will slow that process down.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go to Jenny now in Madison. Hi, Jenny.
Hi there. I have a real quick question for you regarding my bay tree. I think it's probably about 40 years old, and I bring it inside every winter. And like you said the other day, we haven't had a lot of sun, and some of the leaves are kind of browning on the tips. Is there a good fertilizer or something I could be treating it with right now?
You really want to hold off on fertilizing until maybe after the 1st of February. Right now, plants are still pretty dormant, and it's been kind of cloudy, and so they're not really doing much active growing. They really don't need to be fertilized until we see the days are noticeably longer. That's usually right around Groundhog's Day. Once you do that, just for a bay, just a general organic fertilizer will be fine.
Okay.
All right, good. Good luck to you. Let's go to Kurt from Horicon. Hi, Kurt. What's your question?
Yeah, I'm planting indoors before taking them outside, and it seems like the soil maybe loses its nutrition, and I was just wondering if there's something that I can do to help them grow better before I take them outside and plant them.
Lisa, were you able to hear that? It was a little hard to hear, Kurt. He's planting seeds inside the house, and how does he prevent them from dying?
Okay, so the big things with planting seeds inside, the #1 killer of new seedlings is a fungal disease called damping off. And so the best way to prevent that is to make sure your pots or your grow pots are clean, your trays are clean, and to use germinating mix instead of potting soil. Germinating mix is much more sharply draining. When I water my seedlings, I tend to, when they're really small, I tend to use a mist bottle on the soil so they don't like flood over and sort of tip over. And make sure that they get plenty of light. When the light is low, they get really stretchy and sort of gangly, and they tend to fall over. If you want to fertilize them with something, you can use something gentle. I like to use a fish emulsion. You can do it at like half strength, and then you can water with that.
All right, spring is on the way.
I know, it makes you feel like spring, doesn't it? It really does.
All right, Lisa, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling in. We'll see you next time.
See you guys later.
Thanks,
all right, we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
I am Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from bothersome or painful spider veins or varicose veins, please join us for our upcoming seminar where you can learn what new procedures may be able to help you.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Monsters of Destruction is coming, and coming with a vengeance. Monster Trucks, Tough Trucks, Monster Truck Rides, new to Madison, Quad Wars, no rules, all things go race to the finish you don't want to miss. Buckshot, War Wizard, Heavy Hitter against the King and Alcatraz, all ready for 3 massive shows. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride, snap a pic with a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center, January 27th, 28th, and 29th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air paths in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, your home will be warm and energy efficient for years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today for your free thermal imaging consultation and save 23% on select insulation services.
If you suffer from bothersome spider veins or painful varicose veins, please contact us at Stoughton Health to learn about what new procedures may be able to help you. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
From winter storm warnings to winter weather advisories, here at the First Warn Weather Team, we're tracking the latest on the winter storm.
Plus, continuing coverage from the trial of a former Badger football player charged with murder in Janesville. That's coming up at 5.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. Keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified, most accurate team, First Warn Weather. Only on News 3 Now.
And we got the alert day for tonight through tomorrow morning. The snowfall, the mixture of precipitation this evening all throughout southern Wisconsin and central Wisconsin too as you're driving out tonight. Like I said, the commute tonight through will be the snow will be more heavy later on, but the wintry mix will be something to keep an eye on. 2 inches as you go closer to southern Wisconsin, like Janesville could pick up 1, Dellsmore 6. Temperatures above freezing, which is going to be the good news, I think, because that will help to keep roads wet as we go through tomorrow. So we'll just have to watch out for tonight for the snow, and then by tomorrow we should be improving.
Whitening things up a little bit. All right, Greg, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live Before, Dr. Zorba Pastor will be along with the latest medical news. Plus, he takes your calls.
And it's Boscobel Hotel's singing waiter in our 1985 Traveler Throwback Thursday. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
It's a good one.
Cold winter weather's here, so why feel it inside your own home and in your wallet? USA Insulation's premium injection foam fills every crevice of your walls, even going over your existing inferior insulation. Our foam gives you high-tech comfort and saves you money on utility bills year-round. So stop bundling up and start building savings. Call now and get up to a 30% tax credit and low monthly payments.
USA Insulation.
Hey, do you want to join our rewards program? Collect hot dog points to unlock access to our VIP lounge.
That doesn't seem very
rewarding. With the BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
Wait, so you're going to reward me for saving my own money?
You got it. A little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
That sounds great, but do you have VIPs?
Yeah, absolutely. We call them customers.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about $100 off a complete pair, frame and lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
It's Steinhoffel's Dream Vacation Giveaway. Test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress at Steinhoffel's for your chance to win a trip to Hawaii. And right now, save up to $600 on Beauty Rest Black adjustable base sets. Plus, get $200 in Steinhoffel's cash. Queen Beauty Rest Black mattresses start at just $42 a month with Steinhoffel's 72-month financing. So test rest a Beauty Rest Black at Steinhoffel's for your chance to win a dream Hawaiian vacation. Only at Steinhoffel's.
Psoriasis really messes with you.
Try, hope, fail.
No one should suffer like that.
I started Cosentix. 5 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections, some serious, and the lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
Best move I ever made.
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentix.
In today's final touch, a pair of alleged burglars really stepped in it.
They fled in a vehicle with a seemingly incriminating sign on it. Watch a pair of alleged not-so-smooth criminals busted in a truck you might say had stolen literally written all over it. Florida's Brevard County Sheriff's Office was alerted to a vehicle identified in a string of alleged burglaries and caught up to the red truck on the interstate. It's hard to see here, but the department said the pickup was sporting a cardboard sign reading "stolen tag," which matched witness descriptions. Did we say it's Florida? And the department said stolen jewelry and a handgun were found in the truck. One of the suspects must have thought that he was invisible because he appears to try and hide unsuccessfully. There he goes. Now we see you. Both men were arrested, later featured on the department's Facebook page in a segment they call Mess Around and Find Out.
Oh, we love the dumb criminal file.
It's Florida. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 2 Now at 5 starts right now.